workshop today. To get started, let's remember what we did yesterday. Remember, all this week you've been looking for details that connect, details that show a pattern in order for you to make a claim or a true statement about your character. What I've noticed is, in order for you to be really good at this, you have to notice the teeny tiny details about what your characters say, think, feel, and do. That leads us to our learning target. Today, you are going to look for patterns in what characters say. So their words, what they think, their inner thoughts, their feelings, and what they do, their actions. And you're going to really zero in on these tiny details to make a claim. Now, in order to do that, we're going to use a story that you're familiar with. Do you remember the story Goosebumps? Remember the story of the girl who wanted to wear the nightgown on that cold Montana night, but her mother insisted that she wear the fleece pajamas? And then, of course, she pulled up the really light sheets, but her mother really wanted her to have the wool covering. Well, we're going to use that story today because it's perfect for this type of practice. So, we're going to choose a character. We're going to look for what she says, thinks, feels, and does. And we're going to choose the daughter. Now, here's one piece of the story Goosebumps. Now listen and look like a detective. See if you can find what the daughter says, thinks, feels, and does. I held up my knee-length nightgown. My mom held up my fleece ankle-length pajamas. Why should I wear those? I said. I wondered why she wanted me to wear fleece on a warm summer night in Montana. It gets very cold in the night, my mom said with a serious look on. I gave her a look. She looked right back at me. For a moment there was silence. Then she let out a long sigh. I could tell that I had won because she was putting away the PJs. Now, I'm going to show you what I notice. I notice that the daughter gave her mom a look. That tells me something about her if she's giving her mom a look. I also notice she thinks in her mind, I could tell that I had won. Those two tiny details, they tell me something about the daughter. So let's see if we can make a claim based on these small details. Detail number 1, I gave her a look. And detail number 2, I could tell that I had won. Now pause the video here and try to decide what claim can we make about the daughter based on her actions, meaning her look, and her inner thoughts. I could tell I had won. And go ahead and discuss this with your class. Okay, now remember, we can look for what characters say, think, feel, and do, and we can choose any character we want. So this time, let's choose the mother. Now, if I read this part of the story, looking for the tiny details about the mother, let's see what we can find. As I slid on my nightgown, I could feel my mom herding me to bed. I stopped and climbed in. I pulled up my light sheets. My mom opened her mouth and said, "Put your wool cover over you. I'm serious." I gave her a look. She let out a sigh. She hugged me and whispered in my ear, "Good night." Now, take a minute. See what you can notice about the mom. What does she say, think, feel, and do? Pause the video right now and see if you can participate in sharing what does mom say, think, feel, or do. I noticed some things too. Here's what I noticed. I noticed the mom said, "Put your wool cover over you. I'm serious." I also noticed the mom said, she let out a sigh. She hugged me. Okay, so the mom has two actions. She sighs, but she also hugs her daughter. So let's see if we can make a claim about the mother. Some of the details on the left side say, "Put your wool cover you, I'm serious." And on the right, "She let out a sigh. She hugged me." Interesting. What claim can we make about the mother? Pause the video and see what you can come up with. Okay, you've done some great thinking. Now it's your turn. You need to choose a character. You're going to fill in the blank. So you need to choose a character from your book. And you're going to look for what the character says, thinks, feels, and does in order to make a claim. So be reading like a detective today and see what claims you can make about your character. Enjoy your reading today.